Hey, what's up, Logo Psychology students? Welcome to Monday, May 18th, 2020. It is day 38 of our COVID-19 stay-at-home e-learning, and I hope you all had a good weekend. Happy Monday. Let's get right into what is on the agenda on Blackboard. If you remember from Friday, the assignment was I assigned the table of contents for you all to look at and wanted everyone's input. And so thank you for those of you who gave input on what chapter we should go to next, because we just wrapped up chapter 20, which was the last chapter in the book. And so now we can go back to the start and find chapters that are interesting and informative to us. We don't have to start with chapter 1, and we're not going to start with chapter 1. Based on the feedback that I got, I'd say the most popular ones were, in this order, chapter 3, which is all about how the mind and the body work together to make us who we are, and then chapters on childhood and adolescence, how we develop into the people that we are. And those are good chapters, I think, to finish out the term with, right? So today we'll be beginning chapter 3. Probably spend about a week on that, and then we will after that move on to childhood and adolescence, since those were the next most popular topics, and that should get us through the end of this term. And then going into term 6, for those of you who will be here for term 6, we will look at what to cover after that. So if you gave input, great. If you haven't, you still can give input on future chapters that we'll be covering. But today, without further ado, let's go ahead and get onto the Blackboard so that we can take a look at chapter 3. Chapter 3, let's see. So it will always, as always, be under topics. And if we go to topics, we see a new topic, brain, body, and behavior. That's what chapter 3 begins with. The physiological factors that influence our behavior. The physical body. What is it about our nervous system, particularly, that affects who we are, affects our personality, how we think, how we behave, all that. If we click on the download, we will see we're looking at brain, body, and behavior. And we're looking at the brain first, right? We're looking at how the brain works, observing the brain in action. And this gets into the actual physical brain, right? Something like that. The cortex is what that part of the brain that we can see is called. Talks about the cortex, talks about how the brain is divided into a couple of different hemispheres, how one of those hemispheres is more dominant than the other, which will affect your handedness, right-handed or left-handed, right? And that the hemispheres are opposite. So if you're left hemisphere dominant, you're right-handed. If you're right hemisphere dominant, you're left-handed. Now, it's not just handedness, though, that these hemispheres affect, right? And so that's what this gets into, creativity in the cerebral hemispheres, right? So this is a longer section to read. I think there's maybe like 10 to 12 pages to read. So take your time. Don't just, breeze through it. Don't skip over the reading and try to answer the questions, because that's going to be very difficult. If you need to take a couple days to do the reading to get the answers right, go ahead and do that, because this is talking about how handedness works and how vision works, and it's really pretty interesting. So if we go all the way to the end of the section, we finally get to, there's only 3 questions to answer. But again, you have plenty of time to take your time doing the reading so that you can answer these questions properly. And as always, how do you answer these questions? By going into, if we go back to our class page and we go under the assignments tab, we will find chapter 3, page 54 to 66. That's the newest assignment. That's the assignment for today. It's not due today, so again, don't be in any rush to get those questions answered until you've read through the section fully. If you need any help, let me know. But as always, the pages to download are in the assignment itself, as well as in topics where we were just looking. And you have those 3 questions to answer that you can answer either using the online submission or the Google Forms submission. You also have your, as always, question of the day. And the question of the day gets to this idea of handedness. Let's take a look at it. This question of the day, sometimes the questions of the day are a little harder to answer. This one, you should be able to answer it. Even my friend who always submits an answer to the question of the day, but refuses to answer the questions a lot of the times. And you know who I'm talking about. You know who you are. You can answer this question. Don't say, I don't know. You know if you're left-handed or right-handed. You should know. That's the question. Are you right-handed or left-handed, right? That's the first part of the question. The second part is, do you think your handedness has any effect on other aspects of your life and or personality? It could be simple as, no, I don't think it does. Or take a guess. What do you think? I mean, if nothing else, right? If you're right-handed, you're like, 90% of us. And so the world is made for right-handed people. Left-handed people, on the other hand, it's almost like a disability sometimes, right? If you're left-handed, that means right hemisphere dominant. But then when you think about, how left-handed people think differently, how their brains are wired differently, sometimes this results in, again, different behaviors, different personalities. I think it's like 4 out of the past 6 presidents of the United States were left-handed, and that's pretty weird when you think about, how uncommon left-handedness is, and 4 of the last 6 presidents were left-handed. I wonder what's up with that. Is that just a coincidence? Maybe, maybe not. And you may have heard other things about, how your brain, your right brain or your left brain thinks differently. So please offer your input. At the very least, let me know if you're right-handed or left-handed. I wonder if we have any lefties out there. I have one child who's left-handed, only left-handed person that I really know in my life. Everyone else I know is right-handed. So if you're left-handed, cool. If you're right-handed, you're like me. Doesn't matter. Just make sure you submit that answer and make sure you do the reading. Please, for your sake, do the reading and use the information from the reading to answer those 3 questions under assignments. And as always, if you have any concerns or questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a good day. Peace.